Several cameras captured a moment of disrespect at the Denver March Powwow this weekend. A non-Native American woman picked up a piece of regalia, then started dancing around with it on her head.
9 News reporter Jennifer Meckel spoke with the man who intervened. He explains why this bothered so many people.
The Denver March Powwow is a celebration of Native American culture, 45 years of dancing, singing, religion, and heritage. Chad Brown Eagle, a dancer, was enjoying a moment in the stands this weekend when he witnessed this happen nearby.
And I noticed that he untied somebody's bustle and had it around her neck. And I was like, what? Whoa. And I told my girlfriend, I was like, you seeing this?
A non-Native woman who picked up, then started dancing around with a piece of regalia called a bustle. Witnesses say they were stunned and felt disrespected. Chad says he is the man in this video who walked up and intervened.
I simply just said, hey, don't be touching people's stuff. Don't it's not yours. You learned this as a kid.
I saw it on Twitter, and it spread very, very quickly. And my initial reactions, obviously, were anger and horror.
Dr. David Heska Wanbley-Wyden is an associate professor of Native American Studies and Political Science at MSU Denver. He explained powwows are sacred spaces and visitors should respect that.
You should treat attendance at a powwow like you would at any sort of religious or sacred ceremony. We are happy to share our culture with others, but you should let modesty and respect be your guide.
A weekend of celebration and perhaps a teachable moment.
Don't touch something that's not yours, and try to learn more about our culture and ask questions.
So the family says it left the sacred piece unattended only just briefly because they were nearby watching and supporting a younger family member in a dance competition at the same time. The powwow organizers tell me the incident was quickly resolved. The woman was escorted out. And organizers say throughout this entire weekend, they worked to explain to guests the etiquette of a powwow, teaching people that things like this are not appropriate and encouraging people to learn what is.